Hey there, Troopers, this is Random Game Channel. I'm back with another gameplay tips video. This time, it's going to be for the Ranger B2. This is going to replace version 1, which I recorded a while ago. So just in case if you're new to the channel or you're returning to visit the channel, I want to let you know I'm redoing a lot of my gameplay tips videos and some of my primer videos in preparation for the big release for this game, which is going to be on October 11th, 2024. So just trying to update things and kind of, you know, talk about stuff that has been kind of changed over time since when I last did these videos. So yeah, there you go. Okay, now that intro's out of the way, let's actually talk about the class, okay? So for the Ranger, you could kind of consider this class as like the scout for this game. They're going to be pretty mobile, especially with their activated ability Boost Jet. But let's read this part here real quick. Survivalist. Extreme conditioning allows troopers to rapidly recover from injuries. So this ability, you're going to, be able to survive like near-death situations. And if you're really good, you can zip around the battlefield and the bugs will never touch you. The way that you can zip around the battlefield is by using Boost Jet. So for this activated ability, it says, provides troopers the ability to execute a powerful burst of speed. So this is going to be a horizontal boost. It's not going to be a vertical type of like boost, and you'll get, I believe, 2 charges, so you can get around the battlefield pretty quickly with this class. Okay, let's kind of take a look at some of the unlockables and the class progression. So I already kind of max level this thing, so hopefully you can check it out, this way. So if you saw my other videos, some of those other classes haven't been leveled up yet, but this one unfortunately I already did. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. So we're going to jump right into the weapons, primarily the primary weapons, I should say. So the stuff that you can get by default for this class is going to be the Merida Mark 1, the Merida Mark 1 carbine. I believe it's the TW2 split shotgun, so this is going to be a slug. And then the TW99 Merida Tactical SMG. So the stuff that's not native to this class, you might have seen it, is the flamethrower, the Hawkeye, and the pellet-based shotgun. So for those weapons, you're probably wondering how I unlocked those. It's pretty simple. Each weapon has a max level of 10, at least for right now. Once you level it to level 10, you can use it in any other class. You just need to make sure you're at the correct level that you would normally unlock these at. So that's how I did it. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay, so by default, for every class, you're going to have access to the Merida Mark 1, standard issue assault rifle. Can't go wrong with it. Recoil's not too bad. Damage is pretty decent. And the ammo that you can carry in this rifle is pretty good. Can't go wrong with that. Next one is going to be the Morita Mark I carbine. So this one's going to be kind of like a more compact version of the regular Morita Mark I. It kind of depends. Do you want something that's a little bit larger or something that's a little bit smaller? You can see there's the stat differences, but you can check that out for yourself. Just here to kind of give you a nice overview of what to expect for the class. The next one is going to be the TW2 split shotgun slug. This thing hits pretty hard. The reload speed on this is going to be a little slow because there's no, as you can see here, there's no drum mag. It's just going to be the magazine tube. Next one is the TWD-99 Morita Tactical SMG. This thing shoots pretty fast, but the damage is relatively low. You're going to kind of burn through the ammo pretty quick. So, use whatever you like. A lot of people have fun with this thing. You might too. So you just have to check it out. Next, we're going to do the secondary weapons. You're going to start with a Peacemaker. This thing you can shoot pretty fast, close to kind of mid-range. Any further than that, this thing's not going to be able to deal enough damage, and it's not going to be as accurate as, say, the Emancipator, which hits a lot harder. And with this pistol, you can pretty much engage any target at any range. So if you need to hit something at super long range, this is the pistol you want to use. So the major differences between the Peacemaker and the Emancipator is that, with the Peacemaker, you're going to be staggering the bug, which is when you shoot at the bug, it's going to just, make it stop moving for a second and kind of like jumps backwards a little bit, or, just takes a step back. Whereas with the Emancipator, this thing's gonna like stun a bug, meaning that it's gonna force the bug to sit down for just a second. Why is this important to know the differences? It's important because all the bugs are like, the Warrior, Fire Warrior, Royal Guard, Tiger. Those bugs can lunge at you. So for those of you that played Halo and you played with a sword, it's that sword lunge. So it's going to dash across the battlefield pretty rapidly and then potentially just one hit kill you. The Emancipator, you're going to be able to stop the bug from charging you mid-charge. So this is why I always like using Emancipator. It has a higher recoil, but I think it's a good trade-off. These are just some of my thoughts and opinions about the pistols, but, use whatever you like. Use what you're gonna have the most fun with. That's the most important part. Okay, we're gonna move into the utilities. So there's not too much, but let's check it out. So the first one's going to be Scan Pulse. This is a really popular one that a lot of people will equip. So what this does is that scanned enemies will take additional damage. You have 3 charges. The radius is going to be 14 meters from wherever you are currently, positioned. And it's going to last for 30 seconds. So what this does is when you activate it, it'll occasionally scan things around you. So by default, it's going to be like, this bright red color. The next one that's like a lot of people use too, is a scan beacon. So with this item here, you're just gonna whip this thing out, and then you're just gonna slam it into the ground or on the side of a structure. So you could put this on like vertical surfaces. So what this does is it deploys a beacon and it scans and highlights enemies. So scanned enemies will take additional damage, 3 charges. Scan radius is going to be 14 meters, but the duration is going to be a lot longer than the scan pulse. As you can see, it's 30 seconds versus 120. So this is going to be stationary. It's only going to scan anything that walks within 14 meters of it. So you can kind of see that this class with these 2 utilities, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's the right term, but like debuffing bugs, make them more vulnerable to damage. They're very, very handy, and they can be used as like an active warning system. Especially if you have the scan beacon, you can like go out to the field, deploy it to a place that's a little farther from wherever you're defending. This will let you and the other troopers know something's coming. And when things are scanned, they're gonna like be highlighted in a red color, and you can see them through objects and stuff, like an X-ray vision thing. So pretty handy for a ranger to use these 2. Yeah, the third one's not really popular. It's very situational. This one's the rally beacon. Same thing with scan beacon. You just whip this out, deploy it on the ground or some other vertical surface. But the major difference here is that troopers can redeploy on the rally beacon. So you can like set up a secondary deployment zone. Useful if like you're playing, for example, on Advanced and Secure. Inferno bugs are constantly attacking the bunker. Inferno bug is a bug where like it launches like this napalm bomb that like persists in the field for a little bit, and that can lock troopers inside the bunker because they can't get out. Because if they leave, they die. So if a ranger has this equipped, they can like boost jet out of the bunker, deploy the rally beacon somewhere safe, and then troopers can then start to redeploy onto the beacon. So again, it's very situational. Some people like using it, but not too many. So let me get this cough drop here because my throat's getting dry. So if you're new to the channel, you might hear me coughing or trying to clear my airways because my throat and my lungs are just not very great. Okay. We're moving into the grenades now. By default, every class has access to the MX-90. It's a great standard issue grenade. Can't go wrong with it. Blast radius to 7 meters is pretty generous. Damage is pretty good. Just keep in mind it takes 3 seconds for it to detonate. So if you need to throw something that's coming right at you, you might as well just throw it at your feet. That way, by the time the bug gets to you, the grenade is going to blow up in its face. Next one is a scan grenade. So it's a tactical grenade that highlights all arachnids within its area of effect. So with this thing, when it blows up, it's going to scan enemies, and the scanned enemies will take additional damage. The radius is going to be 6 meters, so it's pretty short, and the duration is going to be 30 seconds. So if you want to, go deep into like the whole scanning mechanic in this game, this would be a great way for you to provide additional support for your team. The last one is going to be the High X grenade, short for high explosive. So this is a sticky grenade with a powerful high explosive payload, effective at removing arachnid corpses. So if you watch my general gameplay tips video, one of the things in this game is that when a bug dies, the corpse is going to remain until someone destroys it with their melee weapon, or they destroy it with items such as the High X grenade. The reason why you want to remove the bug corpses is because if they stack up too high and it's up against the wall, the bugs are going to be able to use that to walk up and over the wall, and it also blocks your line of sight. So the other cool thing about this grenade is that it does a very high amount of burst damage. Now the blast radius is going to be small, but the reason why this grenade is so good and why most troopers will use this is because when you stick this grenade onto a grenadier or an inferno, also a tiger and royal guard. Well, I'm not sure about the royal guard, but definitely the tiger. This thing's gonna one-hit kill those bugs. And for the royal guard, if it doesn't kill it in one hit, it's gonna severely wound it, making it easier for you and the other troopers to remove that threat. So that's why this thing's like super popular. You can boost in, stick the grenade, boost out. By the time you're done boosting, the bug's going to be dead. Okay, we're going to move into the perks. Not too much, but we'll go over all of them. First one is going to be the Trauma Auto Injector. A special augmentation that pumps a massive dose of adrenaline when critical damage is taken, dramatically increasing your athletic output and enabling the trooper to endure major injuries. What does it mean? So it says here, upon taking lethal damage, gain temporary invulnerability and increased movement speed. I believe this is going to last like, 3 to 5 seconds, I think. Can't quite remember, so you gotta double check it for yourself. But once this is triggered, it goes on a 30-second cooldown. So this is a really popular one that people equip because it keeps you alive. So it's pretty cool. Next one is Magazine Bandolier. It just gives you extra ammo. So use it if you like it. Next one is Mobile Training. Specialized mobility training allows troopers to maintain their speed when under attack and climb over obstacles faster. So this is going to increase your climbing speeds, like when you mantle, it's going to make it faster. When you get hit by a bug with a melee attack, the bugs won't stop you from sprinting. Normally when you're sprinting and you get hit by a melee attack, you're just gonna slow down and walk for a second. With this equip, that's not gonna happen. And then upon taking damage from bugs, movement speed is temporarily increased. So you're gonna be running real fast. You're gonna be moving faster than the majority of the other troopers. Utility Satchel. This gives you +1 to all your utilities, so anything in here. Now the last one, I believe, is also pretty popular, Bloodlust. So this one says, intense close combat training allows you the ability to fight through pain better in the middle of a CQB fight. So what this does is that you regenerate health after every successful kill in close quarters. So this can be any weapon, any kind of melee item, anything you kill within close range, it's going to heal you a little bit. The amount that it heals you up for, I don't really know. Usually I can't keep track of the small details like that when I'm in the middle of a combat situation, but this thing will help keep you alive just a little bit longer. So something definitely worth considering when you're looking to equip perks. Moving on to the last couple things here. If you want to change the name of your loadout slot, you just click this button, change your name here. If you want to customize the appearance of your trooper, you can click on Customize. At the top here you got visor colors. Next one is decals, like the stickers, so you can equip a bunch of different stuff. Suit palette, this is going to allow you to change the color of your suit, and if you hold down the left mouse button, don't know what's going to be on the controller, you need to look it up. But if you do that, you can check out how your trooper looks. So this is what the boost jet looks like. So pretty cool. Alright, so with the general class preview done, let's move into actually talking about the tips here. So tip number 1 is scanning. So let's check out what scanning does again. Scanned enemies take additional damage. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So if you want to like I was mentioning earlier, you want to dive deep into like the whole scanning thing. You can equip all the scanning items, and you can like be this kind of class where like you can debuff all the bugs around you. So when bugs are scanned, they take additional damage. This is pretty helpful if you're in a low light environment, like say you're inside a tunnel, you're inside a cave, or you're playing on like a pitch black environment. This class is going to allow you and the other troopers to see where the bugs are. So something to consider. Also, whenever you scan a bug, you get XP for it. So if, for example, if you're playing on horde mode, base defense, you put this right outside a bunker where the bugs are coming in. Oh man, you're going to get so much XP, and you're going to level this class up really fast. Moving on to gameplay tip number 2. Let me just cross this one off. So gameplay tip number 2 is going to be called big game hunting. What the heck do I mean by that? So this is going to be for players that want to go after the elite bugs. So to do that effectively, you want to equip the slug shotgun. So with this shotgun, let's kind of go over the details of it. You're only going to have like 2 things to unlock for it: a reflex sight and a long magazine tube. Now with a reflex sight, it's kind of weird. It's not like 100% accurate. I believe people say that you need to aim just a little bit lower of where you're intending to hit the bug. And the next thing is the long magazine tube. So a lot of people like equipping this because it gives you more shots before you have to reload. So you're going to go from like 7 rounds to I believe 11. And a tip about the shotguns in general, when you're not using the drum mag one, is that if you go all the way to 0, reloading it from 0 is going to take a lot longer than reloading the shotgun when you have 1 shell left in the tube. Because I'm not an expert on like how actual shotguns work. I never used one before in real life. But there's this thing where you gotta manually load a shell into the tube directly right here, and then after that you can start loading shells from the tube feed here below the gun. So it takes a lot longer to load it from 0 because you gotta put the shell here, you gotta rack the pump, and then you can start putting shells through here. So my tip is to always go down to 1 shell and just start reloading. So that effectively makes it so you only have 10 shots to work with. But I think that increase in speed is a good trade-off. Also, you want to reload as often as you can, even if it's just like 1 or 2 shells at a time. You want to reload whenever you have the opportunity because it takes a long time for this to load all the way. So what I like to do is 1-2 shots, reload. 1-2 shots, reload. This way it'll keep you loaded and ready for big patrols and big ambushes that you might encounter in the field. Okay. So with this magnificent shotgun, you'll see that it deals 1100 damage. Enough to take down bugs pretty effectively, especially if you're able to hit them in the weak spot. This thing's going to be dealing tons of damage, and hunting down a tiger is going to be no problem. You'll see that it has no stagger, and that's perfectly okay because this thing is going to stun the heck out of a bug. So remember, stunning is when you force the bug to sit. Similar to when you have a dog and you teach it to sit, it's going to be like that. The range, it says it's pretty low, but if you get really good with this thing, you can kind of snipe with it. You will need to account for the gravity in this game for the bullet drop. Because you're going to need to arc this thing up in the air in order to send this projectile over to a long-range target. I've tried it before, and you can hit something, but the damage is going to be pretty low. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's about it for the actual weapon itself. Great to hunt down elite bugs. The other thing you want to use if you're doing big game hunting, high X grenade. Why? Because we said earlier, this thing can one hit kill grenadiers, infernos, and potentially a royal guard, and tigers. I think I didn't say that. So those bugs, definitely throw this grenade at them and they will die. Just make sure you stick them with the grenade. Okay, so let me cross that one off. Next one is going to be target prioritization. So with this class, the bugs that you want to go after first, especially if you're going to be using the slug shotgun, are going to be tigers, in this particular order: tigers, grenadiers, infernos, and then after that you can help mop up warriors and drones and what's the last one? Bombardiers. So why a tiger? Those things can deal significant amount of burst damage to structures, so they can destroy structures pretty fast, and they can one-hit kill troopers. And I also forgot to mention the Royal Guard. So after tigers come Royal Guards. Royal Guards will also one-hit kill troopers, and they can deal an even greater amount of damage to structures. So those are the top two melee bugs you want to go after whenever you can. Next one's going to be Grenadiers, but most times this thing's going to be pretty far, so you might not be able to go after them all the time. The same thing with the Inferno. But after that, you just go after the regular warriors, fire warriors, drones, and bombardiers. These three bugs, the other troopers should be able to easily handle. It's just that these other elite bugs are going to be something you want to, keep an eye on. I also forgot to mention the gunner. So if a gunner is at like medium range, you're gonna most likely be able to two-shot the gunner. Anything further than that is going to require multiple shots. So usually these things will park themselves pretty far, so you might not be able to get them all the time. But if they're at mid-range, you should be able to hit them pretty reliably. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3. So that was tip number 3. We're going to move into tip number 4 now. This one's going to be how to duel with 1 to 3 arachnids. What the heck do I mean by that? So this is going to be the best class to literally just dance around the bugs. So if you're in a situation where you have like 1 to 3 bugs chasing you, what you need to do is you keep facing them, you shoot, backpedal, boost away, rinse and repeat until those bugs are dead. And if they happen to hit you a couple times, you're going to be okay, especially if you have the trauma auto injector on. That thing's going to keep you alive. So yeah. That's how you take care of arachnids when you're just kind of by yourself, which can, occasionally happen, and hopefully this survival technique will help you. Okay, so the next one is going to be, this last one, tip 5, is going to be how to effectively use the boost jet. For this one, I'm going to have to load into the training simulator. So I will see you there momentarily. Okay, Trooper, so I'm in the training simulator. Built up the mobile HQ and I built up this refinery. So the first thing I want to go over is boosting with the canister. So as you can see, normally you walk and then you run pretty slow, right? You're not going to be moving as fast as you can otherwise. So while you're running faster without it. So what you want to do when you have the canister, you also get a little bit more height and distance if you jump. So just run, boost, make sure you jump. And as you can see, you can move around a lot faster with a boost jet versus just regularly running. So the next thing is that I believe you can still do this, so let's see. What I'm going to attempt to do is boost jet my way over here, then make a sharp turn this way. So let's try it out. Okay, so a little rusty with this thing, but as you can see, you can turn mid-air pretty rapidly. So let's try it again. Boost. So you can kind of turn around the corner pretty sharp. So say for example, if you're coming from this direction, boost in, you boost in this way. I kind of timed that poorly, but you know what I mean, right? You can make a sharp turn. Oh, you can also mantle if you're close enough. So, great if you need to go around the corner pretty fast. Oh, also another tip, extra one. For the mouse, if you hold down the primary fire button, you'll see a bar build up here. So that yellow bar indicates how strong you can throw the canister. Useful if you need to throw it up onto a wall to another trooper. You can, as you can see, you can throw that thing kind of far. But let's try boost jetting here around the corner without the stuff on. As you can see, you have greater control, distance, and speed. So yeah, pretty nice, right? So if you need to go around a corner fast, that's something you want to do. What else? Oh yeah, here's the extra bonus tip. These things can explode. So you can set them off. Other troopers can set them off. The bugs can set them off. So protect these canisters because it takes a long time for the refinery to extract them. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes here. Oh yeah, so the next thing you want to be aware of is that, hopefully we can do this here, you can't really boost up a hill. As you can see, it didn't really do anything, not much. But if we jump, you can see that we get a little more distance. So jumping and boosting is kind of a vital skill you need to manage because the jump will give you greater distance and height. So as you can see, I jumped over this rock. So what if I just ran at this thing and just boosted? Just gonna run into it. So let's try it again with a jump. See? You can clear low level obstacles, no problem. So the other thing you can do is kind of do a triple jump. So it's going to involve you jumping normally, boosting, and then boosting again. So you chain the two boosts together. So we're going to jump, boost, boost. Oops, I timed that jump poorly. So we're going to do it again. Jump, boost, boost. Effectively triple jumping. So let's do it again without anything in the way. Boost, boost. Look how much distance you covered. You're just like, you know, from right there. Not bad, right? So let me do another thing here. I want to show you how you can, like, oops. Hold on. How you can kind of do a little bit of parkour. Let's build that here. So let me just build this up real quick. Also, you can't use your class abilities when you're when you have the build tool out. Don't know why. Some weird limitation. Okay, why did I do this? Let me show you. Normally, I believe you can't jump this gap. Oops, I didn't jump. Let me try again. See, you're gonna fall short. Like what? Maybe a meter. So if you boost jet, no problem, dude. You got it. So you can clear large gaps like this. What about this? This is like 2 times the distance. Can we make it? I don't know. Let's try it out. We're gonna try doing triple jump. Oops. Well, let's try it from here. Can we make it? Look at that. You just covered like 2 whole wall sections with a triple jump. So how cool is that for this class, man? Cool, right? Pretty awesome. Also, I believe that you can boost and then mantle, kind of like what we did earlier with a rock. There you go. So just always make sure you jump and then boost. You'll get more height and distance. So again, if you're just running, no jump, boost, you see that you only get to the very edge. However, if you jump, boost, look how much distance you get, you know, when you jump off the edge. That's quite the distance. You know, without the jump, you're like right there. But when you jump boost, you're like, you almost cleared the whole wall. Pretty cool, right? So that's the last tip I had on this class. Hopefully this stuff helps you out. And if you ever have questions, you can always send them into the comments section. I'll check it out. This has been Random Game Channel. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the field, troopers.